There is one detail in Doom Eternal that completely changed my opinion of the game. No, oh hi there friends, this time, Doom Eternal is a very serious game and deserves to be taken seriously. Just look at this fish. I should just throw my wedding ring away right now. There's no way he's not going to fuck my wife. I just finished Doom Eternal, and about halfway through the game, I noticed one tiny detail that was literally getting in the way of my enjoyment of the game. I'm going to tell you all about it, but first I need to establish what exactly Doom is and what it aspires to be. Doom is obviously a fast-paced first-person shooter. It's so fast-paced, in fact, that it actually spawned the start of speedrunning games, no joke. Doom is all about killing as many demons as possible, as fast as possible, and having a raging erection while doing it.
But Mark,
You may object.
Doom is also a first-person shooter that has retained a lot of its identity from the original games way back in the early 90s. If you have any design objections, it's not fair to criticize for those.
Shut your dumb face, I reply as I continue to chainsaw another demon in half. Just because a game came from an earlier era doesn't mean they can't adapt to modern design philosophies. I may be getting sidetracked. The point I want to make right now is that Doom is a game that wants you to go real fast and do a whole lot of killing. Got it? Great, let's move on. Doom 2016's biggest selling point when it came out was how well the game played. Everything felt natural and fast, and just like the original Doom did back in 1993. You went fast, you shot guns, you killed demons. It was honestly a great time and a great game all around. Doom Eternal, however, is an exercise in patience, as this one detail keeps literally getting in the way. Don't worry, I'm still getting to it. Doom 2016 played smooth as butter. Every little part of the game was designed to keep you moving and keep the action flowing. Doom Eternal, however, is constantly stopping you, whether it be by stupid cutscenes showing you what that dang button did, some forgettable NPC telling you something that you don't care about. Hi, currently editing this video. I just realized that these two aren't as big of an issue as I initially thought, but this last one still really bothers me. Or finally, my main issue, the world geometry stopping you all the time. During my first fight with the Marauder, the reason why Doom Eternal didn't feel quite right finally clicked when I had the same thought for the 100th time during that fight, one that I honestly didn't think anyone would ever have in any context. God damn it, I'm caught on the fucking stairs again. As a quick side note before I go on, I didn't even get the satisfaction of beating the Marauder. The game glitched out and it just disappeared into thin air, so I didn't get the glory kill and I didn't get to feel like I actually won the fight. They just gave it to me, I guess. Doom Eternal had a change in scenery and not for the better. Doom Eternal instead takes place on a mid-destruction Earth, and in the developers' attempts to make the world more realistic, various pieces of scenery and rubble are scattered around the world, and it's very much apparent when you find yourself caught on a cinder block and get killed pretty much immediately. My issue isn't the difficulty of the game. I chose to play the game on ultra violence. It's just very much the fact that the seeming non-issue of constantly moving is also constantly disrupted by the world geometry just being awkward. The vast majority of my deaths in this game were because I was constantly moving backwards trying to shoot the demons chasing me and getting caught on something. It would either be another demon or a piece of rubble or a particularly ornery errant mailbox, but the issue remains. Doom wants you to always be moving, but then provides constant obstacles to prevent you from doing so unintentionally. This is particularly obvious when you consider some of the intentional design choices that are there to make movement more difficult. There are a few points in the game where there's this gross purple sludge that prevents you from dashing or jumping, and that much I get, but when you contrast the obvious challenge set before you in the goop to the potentially unintentional hang-up of constantly getting caught on the world geometry, it's hard to feel that the game is playing fair. The goop you know is there, and you know it's going to be a problem, but you don't think that the broken vase in the middle of the street is going to stop you from moving backwards. The goop is understandable. It shows a clear understanding of what's important in the game, movement, and then makes that far more difficult, putting you in a challenging situation. That's why it's okay. Getting caught on the world geometry, however, is not okay, because it's an unintentional oversight from the developers. The world should be designed with purpose. Everything in a level should be thought about and considered how it will affect not only the player, but affect their experience as well. When you're getting chased by 10 to 15 bullet sponges, you can add a challenge, but the player has to be aware that it's there for it to be a good challenge. Adding a stupid bent lamppost that just blends into the background does not make the player aware that it's an intentional obstacle. The player categorizes it as part of the scenery and stops thinking about it like a rational human being would. Then they start the fight, get caught on the lamppost that they didn't even know was there because, like I said, it's compartmentalized as part of the scenery, die and say, God damn it, I'm caught on that fucking lamppost again. All right, I may have gone off a bit of a tangent there. I'll try to wrap things up and let you all get back to your quarantining. But go wash your hands first, you filthy animal. Pause the video, go wash your hands. I'll wait. Have you done it for a full 20 seconds? Saying happy birthday twice? Didn't think so. Go wash them again. I'll wait. Okay, good, that's enough. Doom is a game about movement, going fast, and staying fast. Like a shooter Sonic the Hedgehog, no, not that one. The world in response needs to be designed to facilitate that kind of gameplay. Doom Eternal kept the purpose, but forgot to structure the worlds and game area around it, resulting in a frustrating experience for someone trying to play Eternal like the older games. Doom Eternal is still a fun game overall, and I wouldn't say it's bad, but for as big of a title as this, to have such a low budget problem as world geometry is just frustrating and a bit of a letdown. The game's all about taking fast, kicking names, and going ass. It's just annoying to be constantly stopped from doing that by the things you wouldn't normally even think about. What was the purpose of this video? I don't honestly really know. I just got done with Doom Eternal and I was grumpy and bored, so now you all watched all 5.5 minutes of a man ranting about the geometry of lampposts. Alright, I think I'm all done. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go back to staring at my video game collection instead of actually playing any of them.